Hello, hello, hello. This is Richard of the Classic Gamers Guild. Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it is time that we return to Whitechapel and, to turn down the volume a little if I could. Here we go. And of course resume to helping Sherlock Holmes apprehend Jack the Ripper. Remember where I left off.
Come. Back again, are we? Come this way, good man. The inspector has a few questions to ask you.
Oh, good.
Here is the man, Inspector.
Congratulations, Humphreys. So, my lad, one would say that you owe us a bit of an explanation for having left something with us. What is your full name and profession?
Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Well, how about that?
Mr. Holmes, can you explain this get-up, your presence in the neighbourhood despite my instructions, as well as this most opportune restitution of jewels?
Firstly, I should tell you that not being under your command, I never understood what you said as an order, but rather as advice. I thought I would be wise to follow them to a certain extent. I intended to explain the stolen goods sooner or later. My presence here will allow me to fill you in on a few conclusions that...
If it is in regard to the Whitechapel murders, it won't help us much. We have no doubt that we will be revealing the identity of the murderer to the people in the area in a day or two.
I'm impressed, Inspector, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. Nonetheless, you should investigate a certain doctor.
Listen, Holmes, let us do our work. You've rid us of a great pain in the rear end by finding those jewels for us. It's weeks of work that you've saved us. But I think you're a little underqualified for a case like that of Jack the Ripper. Until it's over, I demand that you do not set foot in the area. Is that clear?
I take note of your advice, Inspector. You mentioned Jack the Ripper. Pardon me, but you know the name of the murderer?
Oh, it's from a letter that the Central News Agency sent our way. It was written by the killer. And even if it can't be proven, it must be recognised that the signature is striking. This information is confidential, and I would ask you to keep it to yourself, Holmes.
Can I have a little look? Out of mere curiosity, Inspector. Then I shall disappear.
In that case, I don't see any objection.
Thank you so much.
Chez Petron, I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about Leather Apron gave me a real fits. I am down on whores, and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work, and I won't continue reading that. That's a lot of red ink.
Me? Not up to discovering who Jack the Ripper is? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Inspector Aberline? I know who wrote the Dear Boss letter signed Jack the Ripper that Inspector Aberline gave me, and above all, I now know why. This Tom Bulling was inspired by this fantastical character to build a myth out of the Whitechapel killer. Perhaps he would be receptive if I shared my discovery about him and prevent him from accusing Squippy. I must find him at once. My best bet would be to try my luck at the pub.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bulling is going to set up someone else. There are some reporters who will do nothing but get somebody else into trouble just for a story. Now, of course, this is a time before there were some ethics in the news industry. Oh, look at that. I think that's Watson.
Holmes, I got your message, and here I am.
Very good. Time to go in here.
Perfect, Watson. That oaf Pluto is looking for us with evil intentions, and he may be hiding here. I will try to get more information inside. You, Watson, will be our lookout, and at the slightest suspicious sound, do not hesitate to call the constable on his rounds.
Ah, and there's Mr. Billings.
Good evening, Mr. Bullock.
We know each other.
No, however, I have some information that may be of interest to you.
Talk, my friend. A pipe boy or what you say is worth something. Does it have to do with the Whitechapel murders?
Indeed, I know the identity of the man who wrote a letter to the police, a letter entitled Dear Boss, in which the author claims to be the Whitechapel murderer and is signed Jack the Ripper.
What?
It's a journalist who was inspired by Spring-Heeled Jack in order to strengthen the credibility of the seriousness of his agency. This new Jack will give him some first-hand information that he, in turn, will build around sparing to the authorities, as well as some carefully distilled indiscretions that the big papers will come to beg of him. He plays both sides off against one another and becomes chief orchestrator of rumor. He wrote this letter in this very spot, and he has red ink on his fingers, like you.
What exactly are you after, my friend?
You've been threatening us as a squibby distributor of telegram naming him as a possible suspect in his murder in revenge for an old feud. I just don't quite like this note, and I leave Squibby alone.
I forgot all about this and that rapscallion. I threw that at him when I was visiting the station to get the dope. Too slow to see his face.
You must also stop sending these letters and waste the authorities' precious time.
Right. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I have a great relationship with the Bobbies. Just ask around. I don't have to answer to nobody. Now leave me alone.
Farewell, sir.
Good riddance.
Wait, what's that? What's that? Well, I don't think that's going to be of help now, but it might change some things. Let's see what happens out here now.
Let's hurry to the police station, Watson. We are close to our goal. Squibby will be able to reveal what he knows about Tumblety.
Yes. Oh, no.
Squibby! So that's it. You're a free man again. We were just coming to the station to find you.
Yeah, the Bobbies agreed to let me go, and I came to see Pluto before ferreting you out. So, you've seen the newspaper man?
Yep.
Yes, he is in the pub and everything is taken care of, but I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, but we have to be quick. One night, I goes to see Pluto in his hideout that ain't far from the boarding house where this Tumblety bloke has a room. I see him coming in too. He must have been on one real binge. To the point, the Tumblety fella was there, and he smiles at me, all nice like. He tells me he's a great Yankee doctor, but my business interests him. I'm interested, I tell him, but I'm not the type to just jump right in without getting to know a person, see? He invites me around to his room to talk business, just him and me. We empty a bottle or two, and all of a sudden, like, he wants to show me what he's got in this big trunk that he always carts around places. I just about vomited, see? In these jars, just like pickles, you know, there were pieces of meat. And he whispers that it's the lady bits of some old dames. He called them peckymins. I call them love killers, I would. Yuck! After that, he starts to go on about rich folk. They ain't nothing but dogs, and I won't tell you the worst of it. Then he comes all close to me and puts his sweaty hand on my leg. He was one of them types, not me. I don't wait a second before I give him a good thrashing, and I start running and let go of him, and he still wants to see me again just to talk business. But then I had to do time, so business.
Do you know where he can be found?
Why, ain't he in his digs? Maybe he got to liking life behind bars too. I heard that in some jobs there's a way to.
Thank you for your information, and we'll meet again, my friend. Here is the sum I promised to get you out of London.
Ciao, fella. I've just got a little score to settle with Pluto, and I'm heading for the country.
Hey, what's that?
Lipsky!
My dear Watson, we must strike while the iron is hot. We have avoided meeting Dr. Tumblety until now. The time has come to do so.
Do you have an opinion, Holmes?
We must assure ourselves that the factor collector of female organs and a murderer who removes said organs are resident in the same area at the same time is nothing more than coincidence.
I thought that you wouldn't bring me back your keys. Oh, it's you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Hello.
Indeed, it is I again. One of your tenants left without returning his keys?
Yes, it's Dr. Tumblety whom we spoke about. Shortly after your last visit here, some constables came and asked me a few questions regarding him. Barely had they left than the doctor came barreling around a street corner and rushed up into his room upstairs. A little while afterwards, while I was tidying, I heard a thud in his room and a rush down the stairs. He left with most of his bags, but without returning his keys. You can go up and see if you wish. The door is still open.
Well, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. Ah, it's this room.
Careful, Watson. Do not walk around here until I've inspected these marks.
I know, Holmes, I know. I understand your methods. Ah, you have your rule and magnifying glass. I thought that you had forgotten them, Holmes.
I never forget the essentials, my dear Watson.
Okay, yes. Let's see.
Right foot, light trails. The man was running. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. This isn't water. Going by its sticky texture and odor, I'd say we're dealing with formalin. This isn't water. Right foot, light This isn't water. Going by its sticky texture and odor, I'd say we're dealing with formalin.
Okay.
Size 13. These are the footprints of a tall man who had recently stepped in formalin and who left this room in a hurry.
Well, can I walk on it and enter the room now, Holmes?
Yes. Let's do so. Interesting. Oh, what do we have here? Do not understand how you found yourself in this situation. Your past discussion on the legitimacy of this war should have convinced more than one. I still remember when you imitated him during that meeting. You struck that very characteristic pose and you exclaimed, "Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until the key is in our pocket." We all applaud. I am sure that even Lincoln himself would have applauded. During these dark hours, it was rare to have that occasion to laugh. So many deaths ending with our much-loved president killed by this coward and left to join those of the victory at Gettysburg, who courageously fell so that the next day the key would be in our pocket.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War. Vicksburg is the key. Now, that is interesting.
Okay, let's see. Anything here on the desk? Dear Francis, it is impossible to meet again, as I am terrible, as pursuing our relationship further would put both my marriage and my reputation in danger. I must return to that life of love, fleeting and physical, in which a few coins to these young men assures corporal peace and anonymity. These growing feelings that I have for you makes me scared, and I would prefer to shun this passion for the fear that it may never leave me. Perhaps we shall cross paths again one day in a discreet location where like-minded men meet. I know that you frequent them regularly. You never hide yourself. For my part, I will spend more time with my wife and girls in order to find the serenity, and I hope to throw the veil of oblivion over our passionate embraces. All the best, Charles. My dear Francis. I'm not going to continue reading all these. So I'm guessing it's hinting that... I don't know, was Tumblety ever...
This Dr. Tumblety seems to be attracted to men more than women. That much is clear. So, the doctor has a handgun, and he would use it to restrain young men, perhaps.
Yeah, what's that?
There are a few pieces of a large glass jar in this puddle. The man who left the footprints on the ground must have walked in it while fleeing.
Yeah, okay.
These footprints are the same as those found in front of the door. These footsteps must be those of Squibby. He must have hit Tumblety, who dropped one of his jars.
And he ran out. Elementary, Holmes.
Yeah.
Perfect, Watson.
What do I got here?
Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe. These brackets are rather unusual. What do you think, Watson?
Let's see, Holmes. These are the names of the battles from the American Civil War.
Ah, yes. So we have the dates.
I am under the impression that the dates written correspond to the battles, Holmes, but one is missing.
Let's
Okay.
see. 5 latches, each fitted with a 6-number combination system.
See, over in England... See, I'm American. We put our months before our days. And most other places in the world, they put the days in front of months. Okay. Oh. Let's see. No, that was a Union win. Crud. Ay. Oh. Well, that answer opens that one. Okay, so... Yep. No. Fort Sumter. Ah, okay. Okay. Two. Ah. Alright, that's their bill. After Gettysburg.
Elementary.
Hallelujah.
This is dreadful, Holmes. This trunk contains 4 jars in which organs are floating.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what these organs are?
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
Are these specimens fresh?
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Indeed.
Is there someone here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finley? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here. The Whitechapel killer has struck again, and if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the past few hours.
Where?
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes. We must catch up with them.
No.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finley, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
Do you take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
Holmes, I don't follow. The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
Yeah, it does make sense.
The Whitechapel killer has always been nearby. And what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's return to Baker Street.
It does make sense.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
Indeed.
We were less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice, and we haven't done a thing for the past week.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson. For my part, I have been working, and as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again, and try to gain a bit of perspective.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Nickname, long list, 45, occasional prostitute. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to go through all of this. Should Jews be socialists? Let's see. Clothing, long black, yada yada yada. A key, a small piece of lead pencil, 6 large, and 1 small button, a comb, a broken piece of comb, a metal spoon, a hook, that's from a dress, muslin, 1 or 2 pieces of paper. Okay. Alright. Now, Catherine Nadeau's occasional prostitute. Regular relationship with one John Kelly, a man of no regular employment, and about the same age as the victim. September 30th. Very characteristic, I think in particular, yada yada yada. Okay. These are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. Huh. That's not actually looking
I
favorable for
have
the
read
Jewish.
and reread them. But give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour. And find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view.
pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Pray, find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it, Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.
Yeah, that is true. Jewish community. So let's see. Well. Let's see. Let's look.
What a ridiculous idea to have asked Holmes for something to do. Where on earth am I going to find what he wants? Perhaps that kind Lucy will be able to help me.
She's not in. Huh? Looks like her, but I don't think it's her.
Good evening, Lucy.
Oh, there she is.
But is something wrong?
Good evening, Dr. Watson. Yes, it's my uncle. He's no longer with us.
Please accept my condolences, miss.
Thank you, Doctor. But why are you here? Can I help you?
My request may sound rather strange, but do you know if there is a butcher's or slaughterhouse in the area where pigs are killed?
Yes, Fletcher's the man. He was a regular client, owner of a little butcher's shop not far. But Miss Bella didn't want him to come, as long as he didn't treat his awful sickness.
Can you point to his shop on my map?
Certainly.
Sickness.
Do you know anything about the two latest murders?
Oh, goodness me, no. All the girls in the neighbourhood are terrified. Who will be next? That's what everyone is asking.
Oh my.
Goodbye, Lucy.
Until next time, perhaps, Doctor.
Sickness. Oh boy. I think I know what that might be. Let's see if we can go in there. Let's see. There's it on our map. Oh. It's not too far from the clinic. Good. There's the lady with the flowers. And another lady with the flowers. Okay. And, here we are.
Ah, there's Fletcher's butcher shop.
Uh-oh.
Closed due to illness. If the proprietor is ill, the butcher's block is probably not being used. Perhaps I can use it. Now, where could a sick butcher have got to?
Clinic? Hey, seriously, Watson, you should have known that one. You're a doctor.
Yes, if Fletcher is ill, he should be here.
Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Dr. Gibbons. I have come to see you because I was wondering if, by any chance, you happen to have a patient by the name of Fletcher, a butcher who would have relinquished his shop due to illness. An illness caught during nocturnal encounters, if you catch my drift.
Fletcher is one of the regulars at the clinic. Mercury treatment against syphilis. A night with Venus, a lifetime with Mercury. He left London a fortnight ago for the fresh country air. Why is he of interest to you?
Oh, no reason. I'm more interested in using his shop, only for an hour or so. Would he have left his keys with family in the area?
He has none left, but he must have left Hardiman, the cat's meat seller, to oversee his shop. They're in business. They're good friends.
Do you know where he can be found?
No, but wander around the neighbourhood and listen for his beep beeps. He often passes in front of the clinic. Besides...
Okay. Hardiman. Well then. Alrighty. Well, we're going to save the game here. Oh, look, it's our favorite lady ahead of us. Maybe we can talk to her next time round. As always, this is Rich Kale, here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, Richard the Classic Gamers Guild on Facebook. And if you are enjoying these playthroughs, I recommend you subscribe to the channel, because I will eventually get through all of these Sherlock Holmes games. And if you enjoy other classic games and such, you will find them here on the channel. I have some up for a few LucasArts games, including Lucasfilms, including Loom, Zack McCracken, Maniac Mansion, and doing Day of the Tentacle as well. I also have a playthrough of the first game in the Myst series, Myst, and working through Ribbon. And until next time, I bid you adieu, take care, and have a good one. Take care, and goodbye all. Bye-bye.